Interesting. I'm missing. I've gone astray. Where am I? Ah, there we are. Gotta love it. Oh, well, there we go. I know. Technology works so well. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is Critical Faith here at Power Up Church. I know it sounds a little smoother today. That happens when you go on vacation, and then all of a sudden you have a nice rainstorm outside. As you can tell, I'm different location right now. That's okay. So, a couple of things to announce. A couple of things are changing. A lot of back end options are happening that are changing out very quickly. So, just to let you know, we will have it on our X account. So, check out our X account. If you see above us here and here, um, we've updated a bit. So as you can see, so right here we have our Lyft. So I drive for Lyft, and all proceeds from our lift go directly to the church when I drive. My tips, everything. I don't take anything out. It all goes into the church. So right now we haven't gone out yet. Have to take care of a few things on the vehicle. Here is our power boost. And Power Boost, like we said, is where you can actually just donate directly to the church. 100% goes to the church, and you can find that on our website at powerupchurch.org. Next to that is our Power Core. Our Power Core is really our mission space focus. So we actually want you to more focus on that than Power Boost. And the reason is because we have a 90-10 plan with the Power Core. For every dollar you donate, 90 cents goes to the mission, 10% goes to the church. That's exactly how it works. It's not like other churches where it's all bundled together and they have to break it out. We tell you right up front that's exactly what it is. That's exactly how it operates. And then, of course, we have our followers. And it's not what I have a problem with is that the system doesn't tell us, which follower it is, except this one is a follower for Twitch, and Kick is not showing up. And we got a few last time, so if you're watching on all the others, I'm sorry we're missing out on you. It's not our fault. It's the software we're using. We're trying to work on that and make it a lot better. So, but I've rambled on long enough. Let's get to your mission briefing. Every gamer knows the pain of a desync. Your system lags, the server doesn't respond, your squad moves ahead, and you're frozen mid reload. And that's what it feels like when your heart's not synced with God's. You're trying to move forward, grind harder, give more, but your connection keeps dropping. But what if generosity, and not just giving money, but giving yourself, is what gets you back in sync with the divine system? What if God designed giving as a spiritual calibration tool to realign your priorities, reboot your mindset, and get your heart running on His operating system again? That's what today's mission is about, syncing your system with heaven. Let's start with what happens when the system isn't synced and how God helps us fix that connection. By now, you agree, we've all been there. You're mid mission, deep in a boss fight, and your system freezes. The visuals glitch, the commands delay, you press the button, and nothing happens. Well, that's lag, and yes, you can blame lag this time. And your walk with God, it feels exactly the same. You're trying to move forward in faith, but your heart's out of sync. You say you trust God, yet you still buffer on obedience. You talk about generosity, but your resources are cash in self preservation. And Jesus mentions this in Matthew 6:19 through 21. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Now, Jesus is definitely not running a financial seminar. He's not doing cryptocurrency. He's not talking about getting your house in financial order. What he's really doing is he's debugging our hearts. He's showing us that where we store our resources determines where our system points. Our generosity is a GPS signal. It tells heaven what server we're really connected to. When we hoard what God asked us to release, our system gets cluttered with corrupted files. And we know them as pride, fear, and insecurity. The more we pile on, the slower the connection becomes. We start mistaking noise for notifications, busyness for purpose. Think about your favorite open world game. You can't complete the mission if your storage is full. You've got to clear inventory to make space for what's next. Spiritually, generosity does the same thing. It frees bandwidth and frees your inventory. And that's why giving is never about how much you have. It's about how much you're willing to give and sync. Even a small act of generosity, a prayer for someone, a few minutes to listen, a simple power boost offering sends a ping to heaven that says, I'm online, I'm available, I'm ready to connect. Because the issue isn't your wallet, it's your Wi Fi. Your heart connection
determines the signal strength. So, when your faith feels like it's stuttering, when life feels out of rhythm and you can't seem to load the next level, it may not be that God's ignoring you. It may be that you're running an outdated version of obedience. But here's the good news. Heaven never shuts down the server. The moment you realign, when you choose to give, to serve, to forgive, or simply trust, the sync request goes through, the lag clears, the connection stabilizes. You begin to feel the rhythm again, his aiming, his direction, his peace. So if lag exposes disconnection, then syncing restores momentum. And the next step is learning how to align with the divine operating system, to let God's updates run without resistance and see what happens when heaven's code starts rewriting your own. Now, every system runs on an operating code. For your body, it's DNA. For your phone, it's the iOS or Android. For computers, the operating system could be Windows, Linux, or Mac. And if you really want to get too technical and nerdy, the BIOS on the motherboard. However, for your spirit, it's the will of God. And the problem, most of us try to run heaven's apps on a self centered OS. We expect divine performance while running on human firmware. And that's why Romans 12, 1 through 2 hits so hard. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Now, that's not just a call to live better, that's an update notice. That's that notification that says, boom, we have an update for you. And as annoying as Microsoft's Windows updates can be, God's just as approachable in that aspect. Paul is saying, stop trying to run the old operating system. Let God install the new one or the update. When you let the Holy Spirit rewrite your mind, generosity becomes more than a transaction. It becomes transformation. You start giving not because someone asked, but because it's your default setting. Your actions aren't patches or quick fixes, they're features of a renewed system. When your heart syncs with God's, generosity doesn't drain you, it drives you. Because you're no longer operating from scarcity mode, you're running on source power. Think about it this way. When your phone prompts a software update, it usually because the current version has bugs. Maybe your apps crash, maybe the screen freezes, maybe your battery drains too fast. The update doesn't make your phone less useful, it makes it run smoother. God's updates do the same. He's not trying to make something from you, he's trying to install something in you. It could be patience, gratitude, generosity, vision. He's rewriting the code so your heart runs on his frequency. But there's a catch, like everything else. You have to press accept update. He won't force the install. He gives you the choice. You can stay in lag or step into synchronization. And when you finally say yes, when you align your giving, your purpose, and your time with his will, everything starts to run differently. Not because you suddenly have more resources, but because you finally understand why you have them. The system begins to hum in harmony with heaven's rhythm. That's when worship becomes more than a song, it's a system state. Your life starts to output generosity by default. You give not to get, but because the source is constantly resupplying your energy. And I want to make it clear this is not prosperity. God's not going to renew $50 for the $5 you gave. He's not going to give you 60 more minutes of time in your life for the 5 minutes you spent. Alignment isn't about perfect performance, and we're not perfect. We'll never be perfect. It's about running the same code as the creator. And like every system, sync doesn't just happen automatically. You can't align with God's without first agreeing to his connection request. Choosing to walk in partnership, not parallel. Now, let's talk about what that agreement really looks like. Now, I'm really going to start aging myself here because this is really going to be one of those old time dial-up modem type moments, but it also is the same way here when you talk about the internet. Every system connection starts with a handshake. And for us in dial-up, we know what the sound of that handshake was. But even in our modern society with Ethernet and high-speed data, there's still a handshake between computers when you want to pull data from the internet. It's the same thing. But that brief moment where two devices agree to talk, that's really what a handshake is. It's why you can fast and instantly get data from some server out in Norway or Europe because you need information regarding a historical moment, whatever. But including in that, think about it like as an MMO. You have to connect with their servers and your software, everything has to agree. It has to have that handshake. So whether we talk about your console, your controller, your headset, all of them have to agree to sync before the experience begins. No agreement, no signal, no power, no progress. Seriously. How many times has your Bluetooth controllers dropped on you mid-game? I do. That's why I continue to use wired interfaces. But I want you to think about that because that's the entire picture behind Amos 3:3. Do not walk together unless they have agreed to meet. You can't walk with God if you are not walking in agreement with him. You can't expect his guidance if you're operating under your own map data. Syncing doesn't happen because you believe he exists. Really, it isn't. It happens because you've agreed to move in his direction. And here's the truth: God doesn't need your permission to be powerful, but he does ask for your partnership to be personal. He's not looking for robots or NPCs, he's looking for relationships. When you agree to walk with him, you're saying, God, I trust your route more than my route. And that's again where Luke 16:10 comes back online. One who is faithful in very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much. And like I said, this verse keeps surfacing in our series because it's a central command in heaven's system. Faithfulness is the code that confirms your synchronization. Every small act of obedience, every power boost gift, every prayer for someone else, every unseen act of service. It's a confirmation ping saying, connection established, still online. Again, think about it like this. If you've ever played an MMO or co op game, and many of you have, you know that syncing up with your squad requires constant communication. If one player ignores the team's strategy, chaos really hits fast, especially in Battlefield or Call of Duty or anything like that. Think about that. Arma really also is a big one. But when everyone locks into the same mission plan, healing, covering, advancing, the gameplay becomes fluid. There's still chaos out there, but it's a little bit more smoother. Everybody's together, everybody's synced, everybody's doing. You can have chaos and say, here's our battle plan, you throw it out, but your general consensus is you list it everybody, you're synced up together, you know what's going on. And you really can't blame lag for that. There's no lag, there's no disconnect really. Just flow. And that's what walking in sync with God feels like. When you trust his timing, when you obey his prompts, when you give even when you don't feel ready, you're syncing your movement to his mission. You're learning his rhythm: step, wait, act, repeat. And here's the power move in all of this. When your synchronization with God strengthens, other connections stabilize too. Your relationships, your decisions, your emotions, they start following that same steady signal because you're no longer living reactionary, you're living responsive. You've gone from input lag to instant obedience. That's why faithfulness matters so much. It's not about performance, it's about proof. Every act of generosity proves your connection is live. Every time you choose obedience over convenience, you're saying, I'm still walking with you. And the best part? God never stops sending the sync signal. Even when you're drifting away, even when you disconnect entirely, he's always broadcasting, rejoin the mission. Let's walk again. And that's why generosity isn't just giving money, it's saying yes to partnership. It's not about loss, it's about a link up. But staying synced isn't a one time agreement, it's an ongoing connection. So, how do we keep the signal strong when life throws interference? Well, let's talk about that and what it takes to maintain that stable connection every single day. When your system finally syncs up, when the lag clears, the updates install, and your faith connection stabilizes, it feels amazing. There's peace, momentum, and you're finally moving in rhythm with God. But as any gamer knows, even after the perfect connection, interference can strike. Maybe it's a bad signal, background apps, maybe even the power goes out, or something is pulling too much bandwidth. And spiritually, well, those interferences have names too. It's called pride, distraction, greed, fear, comparison, even burnout. They're the background processes that drain your power without you noticing. And that's why Jesus warned us in Matthew 6:33, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. He's giving us the maintenance protocol right there. Seek first isn't just advice, it's daily system calibration. It's God saying, don't let your spiritual software auto update from the world. Keep my version running. You don't keep your synchronization by accident. You keep it through constant connection, daily check-ins with the source. And just like a gamer checks their internet speed before a tournament, we check our spiritual connection before stepping into the day. And that may look very easily like this: prayer, scripture, worship, generosity. They're all connection checks. And each time you give, whether it's money, encouragement, or time, you're resending the I'm still online signal to heaven. And here's what breaks that sync: when we start thinking of generosity as a drain instead of a download. When we believe the lie that giving empties us instead of remembering that the source never runs out. You can't outgive the one who wired the system. You can't overload the network of grace. God's economy does not crash, it multiplies through connection. And that's why your giving isn't just about resources, it's about rhythm. When your generosity matches God's heartbeat, everything else in your life starts to flow smoother. Your anxiety lowers, your purpose clarifies, and your gratitude really deepens. And look, you're going to hit moments of signal drop. No doubt about it. Moments where the connection flickers and you feel far from God. I've felt it, and every Christian out there has as well. You can even go on X, Instagram, and sometimes they even say it right there. But that doesn't mean you've been kicked from the server. It means you just need to reconnect. He's still broadcasting, still waiting, still syncing. You just need to press reconnect. That's prayer. That's worship. That's generosity. That's humility. Each one of those is a reconnect button that brings your system back into alignment. When you live, when you live synced with God, you move from lagging behind to leading forward. You don't panic when the mission gets hard. You trust the network stability. You know who's you hosting the server. And the longer you stay synced, the clearer you hear God's voice, the less static there is between your desire and his design. And suddenly, your faith doesn't just run, it runs clean. So let's put that into practice. If staying synced is the mission, what does it look like in your daily grind this week? So I want you to spend this week learning what it means to synchronize your system with God, not just believing, but walking in alignment. Now it's time to take that truth from your head into your hands. Here's your mission log for this week. Number 1, run a spiritual diagnostic scan. Ask God to show you where your signal strength is weakest. Maybe it's trust, maybe it's pride, maybe it's burnout from doing too much on your own power. And here's an example that you can pray. You can pray this: search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. And that prayer comes from Psalm 139, and it's verses 23 and 24. It's a great prayer to start off with. Even if you don't know how to pray, that's a great prayer to work with. But apart from that, don't just pray it. Pause and listen for the results. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to get instant results, but as I've said, you keep going, repeating prayer, having time, worship, studying the Bible. After a while, you're going to listen and you're going to feel the results. Now, number 2 is update your giving settings. And this week, pick one specific way that feels uncomfortable but faithful. That could mean a power boost offering, or maybe it's time spent helping someone you've been avoiding. Don't look for big numbers. That's not the whole purpose of this. Look for surrendered obedience. Like I've said before, every small act of generosity sends a synchronization signal to heaven that says, I trust the source more than my storage. And number 3, reboot with gratitude. Start every morning this week with a power on prayer. God, thank you for what I have, not what I'm missing. Gratitude is your firewall against greed. When you give thanks, envy loses connection. And test your alignment, number 4. Before making a major decision, financial, relational, emotional, ask, does this move keep me in sync with God's mission? If not, pause. Let Him recalibrate your next move. Faith isn't about speed, it's about synchronization. And finally, number 5, stay logged in. Don't ghost God until next Sunday. Keep that chat open. Stay in prayer. Stay generous. Stay connected. Because consistency keeps the synchronization alive. And as you put this week's grind in motion, remember this one final truth. And as I've said before on many occasions, I'm going to say it again. When you're synced with God, life doesn't magically get easier. It just starts to make sense. The lag doesn't disappear overnight, but your connection becomes unbreakable. Every act of faith, every sacrifice, every offering, every yes whispered through doubt is another line of code written in heaven's story for you. You become a living extension of His system, His hands, His voice, His generosity and motion. Because here's the secret. When your heart beats in time with His, blessings stop being downloads and start being data flow. You're not waiting for something to drop. You're already streaming from the source. So don't drift offline. Keep your sync active through prayer, purpose, and generosity. Every power boost or core boost you give fuels this mission. Every power core commitment keeps the global impact running strong. Together, we're not just maintaining a system, we're expanding a kingdom here at Power Up Church. So stay synced, stay generous, stay powered, because when your heart runs on heaven's frequency, there's no lag, no fear, and no limit to what God can do through you.
G&B elite fighters are homing in on you.
Probably not for a social call.
There he is. It's the imposter, the Roslin lookalike. Get him.
You men, stand down.
That won't work on us again.
stay out of loop for a little while, and it's just.
I'm about to approach the signal again. You ready?
That depends on the efficiency of the Bovis software.
True. Let's hope for the best.
I have determined the origin of the signal. I marked it on your ha-ha-ha-ha. Ha-ha-ha.
Scrap? No, 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 no! Jump drives are breaking down too! This is worse than last time. Freaking signal! I need to shoot the emitter down! That should do it. Huh? What now? Those wrecks were dead. How can they attack me all of a sudden? I need to gain some distance before I can deal with them. This is bad. What the hell? They were like zombie bots. Damn it. I can't get out without my jump drive. That guy I helped earlier better have the maintenance stock running again. Otherwise, I'm screwed. have returned. And you're still here? Scrap, you didn't get the maintenance unit to work. Not so loud. Of course I did. I repaired it, and it repaired me. Oh, thanks, Soul. Because I could really use some patching up right now. Let's see. Restart AI module. There it is! You shouldn't linger here. Something has started turning Rex into zombie bots around this place. I took care of most of them, but there still might be some around. I would prefer to stay a little longer. The silence is a blessing. Well, suit yourself. I'll be out of here the moment my AI reboots.
May I ask who you are speaking with?
And he's back. I'm talking to the pilot I helped earlier. He's still here.
What pilot? The vessel you are addressing shows no vital signs. Whoever is in there has been long dead.
What? Hey man, who are you? Please, stop shouting.
I recommend gaining as much distance as you can. Now.
Why couldn't you just shut up? I had hoped to stay like this forever.
Okay, what's going on here?
Whatever is piloting the vessel is not a physical entity. Possibly some kind of artificial intelligence or a parasitic network. While docking here, it has overtaken the station's defenses and nearby wrecks.
Are you kidding me?
If you won't allow me my tranquility, I will have to restore it by force.
So after zombie ships, it's a zombie station. Great. Did I get them all?
Yes, but the pilot, as you called it, managed to escape.
Are you saying that a malicious parasite taking over dead ships and stations is now freely roaming the Beltergrades?
Indeed, thanks to you. The jamming signal we encountered earlier was likely put there to prevent the entity from ever leaving this place.
Scrap.
I dislike saying this, but I recommend returning to Fallon Pango. Viruses and malware are his field, after all.
No choice. And it's so
Can you prevent Pango from downloading our logs this time?
I want to be very careful with the information he receives on the parasite. Who knows what he might do with it?
A wise choice. I am now aware of his techniques and will attempt to prevent all data breaches.
Good.
Wonderful. You're back in one piece. Let me check the data you've gathered.
Not so fast. First, we need to talk.
I thought we were clear on the terms of our agreement. You get my software, and in return, I get to assess its performance.
Your software performed like scrap. When I reached the signal, my systems crashed worse than ever, so I don't owe you a thing.
There was always a chance that it wouldn't work. It would have been rather silly to guarantee you protection from something you only gave me vague clues about. Had I known, for example, that you were planning to scavenge the Nordborg, I would have equipped you with something more robust, no questions asked.
How do you... Oh, scrap, you had my old logs all along.
Indeed, but sadly, I was only able to assess them after you had already left. Had you been more open towards me, I could have warned you earlier. Wouldn't you agree?
I can see where this is going. I won't show you my logs. Not until you tell me what else you already know.
Well, of course. It's not as if I had something to hide from you, Adam. Let us start with the jamming signal itself, which is, to be honest, the least interesting part of the story. From your previous logs, I gathered that it was specifically designed to indiscriminately jam everything that runs on power. There is no nuance or finesse to it. A setup like that is commonly known as an oscillator cage. Building one is child's play, at least for me.
Of course it is.
Just like with every cage, it is not the cage itself that is the most fascinating aspect about it, but the thing that it is holding. So I dug deeper, and this is what I found. During the war, your people poured an obscene amount of resources into virus technology that would enable the colonial fleet to take over our enemy craft. Since Okar technology was new to the colonials, they had to develop a program to assess the workings of any alien ship, then exploit its weaknesses. Something that was able to learn and adapt at unprecedented speed. There are classified reports of one such experiment that went awry while its carrier ship was on its way to the Okar homeworlds.
The CEV Nordborg.
The parasite turned against its own vessel. In order to stop it, the colonials had to quickly set up an oscillator cage to ground it for good. If a parasite like this still exists in the DMZ, it will cause much trouble, even for me. That is why I'm so eager to learn whether it is simply a rumor, or something we need to seriously worry about.
Oh, you can definitely start worrying about it, all right. Because the damn thing got away.
So you did encounter it. But then how did you manage to withstand its influence?
Frankly, I have no idea.
You really ought to show me your logs, Adam. It may be the only way for me to develop a countermeasure.
I don't like this.
I do not either. But given the severity of the threat, I fail to see any alternatives.
All right. I'm sending them over.
A very smart choice. I will call you once I've figured out what needs to happen next.
You better. Come on, Ive, let's get out of here.
All right. Well, did all that. funny. It's like they do their final update, and what do they give you? They give you a cheat menu. Okay.
incapacitated.
No, I don't.
I'll be first to shoot him down.
Oh, boy.
Gotcha.
Too late, boys. You can't get us now.
I detect a humanoid life form on the planetoid below.
Great, finally. Maddox, we reckon we tracked down Eduardo.
Ah, now that is good news. Took you long enough. The freighter's almost done, but I'll take the maintenance ship and come to you. You sit tight.
All right. Oh, cutscene.
Why you came to a hell-forsaken place like this, I can't wait to hear. We're being observed. The hell is that? What is it?
Not sure.
Eduardo?
Maddox, I was right. I knew it was you. You finally came back for me. Kala! Kala!
You never said your friend was an android.
What? You think I'd leave a human out here on a rock in the ass end of nowhere?
It's okay. These are friends. The humans I was telling you about.
You ever encountered an alien like this before?
Seen all sorts out here, but no, this is a new one to me.
Well, keep your sidearm at the ready. I don't want any nasty surprises.
Please allow me to introduce Kala, my friend.
Well, hello there, Kala. Nice trick there with the bird. Say, where are you from?
Ulan Thradorka.
Okay, I have no freaking idea where that is. Main thing is, you're not a damn Okar, are you?
What is an Okar, Nama?
Kala is of no alien species on file. Although it has been some time since I last linked, she has never even heard of the Okar, which is unusual considering the ongoing war.
Oh, yeah, about that, Eduardo. The Okar War ended 15 years back with a truce, but we still ain't seeing eye to eye. Oh, and Dax is dead too.
Oh, this I will need to process. I must admit, I was beginning to consider the chances of seeing you again as very slim.
Of course I was coming back for you, buddy, but I didn't think you would get so antsy and just jump asteroid like that. Don't you have an inbuilt gaming routine to keep yourself occupied?
I was brought out of sleep mode by a local distress signal. The signal was, however, one I could not interpret and matched nothing in my databases. I simply had to decipher it.
Ha! It awoke the cryptographer in you.
Precisely. I had to jump several asteroids to triangulate the source of the signal.
I had been transmitting for help, Toka. I was here for a long time.
Glad to hear it, but you'll have to say your goodbyes, Eduardo. We don't have room for hitchhikers where we're headed.
But...
Well, Kala, it has been lovely meeting you. Whatever you are, but we're here just for my pal Eduardo, and we are in a bit of a hurry, so we'll leave you and be on our way.
I'm afraid you misunderstand, Maddox. Kala and I have become quite close in our time together.
Well, that's not my problem. Okay, enough chit-chat. Gather your things and let's get going, Eduardo. We got work to do.
Not a good way.
Two of us or none.
I don't think so, little lady.
What the hell is wrong with you? You can't just leave her here.
You want to bring an unknown alien species onto the base? It could be diseased for all we know. It could compromise the whole operation.
I can assure you, she carries no dangerous...
She tried to kill us.
We were strangers with guns. Would you have done any different?
Damn it, Adam. How many more friendlies are you gonna drag into this? This is my score. I've waited too long for it to come around. You're only here because Dex is dead. I'm done sharing it.
I only need to return home.
We're not leaving her here to die, Maddox.
Your choice, your responsibility.
Kala, it's okay. We'll help you find your way home.
We've finished up our James Cameron little mission there.
My ship is near Toka, but it flies no more. Some of the things on my ship helps you with travel, and me find my way home.
Okay, Kala. The least we can do is check it out before we head back.
Oh, hey, what? More freaking delays? No way! We are going right back to the freighter.
I'm afraid I must insist, Maddox. This is where I need to ask something of you in return for my patience.
Jeez, all those years of solitude really gave you an attitude. Fair enough. Let's get the blue lady her things, but let's not take too long about it.
Maddox, you never fail to surprise me. You actually left Eduardo here on an asteroid, all by himself, all those years.
What's the matter with that? I wanted to bury him, but Dax wouldn't let me. Would at least have prevented him from flying off. In the end, we just left him sitting on a rock, happily looking at the starscape.
After my internal gaming protocols exhausted their entertainment value, I observed many strange sights and distant supernovae in the eternal skies.
Good for you, buddy.
Alright. The story so far. We already know that. Nothing of great value. Let's get going.
So, Eduardo, you didn't get bored?
That's an Exploration and Deciphering Unit Mark II you're talking to there. EDU-R2? Boredom ain't part of the code. Ain't that right, Eduardo? Don't make them like you anymore.
The disadvantage of being such an old model, however, means that anyone could just tap into my databases with the applicable tools. I was deemed a risk factor to the mission, so Dax and Maddox had no other option but to keep me hidden for safekeeping.
It was for his own good. And while we were at it, we had him encrypt 2 biochips, so we could keep parts of the map hidden and only unlock it in unison.
Wow, you guys really didn't trust each other at all, did you?
Yeah.
Holy scrap! Is that your craft, Kala? It must have been enormous. You really need to tell us more about wherever you're from.
Yes. My ship was made for both long voyages and combat.
I mean, it's also beyond repair by the looks of it. Some components seem active, and there is a power core of some sort.
We got company. I ran into some of these freaks when I entered the system.
No kidding.
Ranting at me about taking my clothes off or some damn nonsense.
Yeah, they call themselves the Redeemers.
The heathens pollute our divine-given skies with your unclean breath.
Yep, they can be nasty. Let's just take them out together.
Huh. Redeemers? More like re-wieners, idiots.
My ship Toka destroyed. My people gone.
I hate to say it, but I doubt we'll be able to salvage much, Kala.
No. Try inside the ship still.
May I be permitted to scan on varying frequencies?
Knock yourself out, but be quick about it.
Perhaps utilizing the drone will help.
What? There's an exploration drone on board?
This craft is equipped with drone replication capabilities. Although there is an unlimited supply, the bandwidth only allows us to dispatch one at a time.
You don't even know your own goddamn ship? Unbelievable.
Can't you tell us anything more? What am I looking for?
I must find a way home.
Yeah, we got that part.
My ship is able to create rips to jump through space.
Now that is interesting. This sounds to me like something worth following up on.
Well, that's a shame because time's up. I got a job to do, and so do you, Adam. Enough of this wild goose chase, and let's get back to business.
Where is your home exactly?
I lost that along with the others in the fight.
Who were you fighting?
Ishtak, against the Grill.
No, haven't heard of him, or them, neither. Anyone else?
Will you just shut your pie holes and hurry up with whatever it is you're doing?
Yeah, I can figure out how to do this.
this is something. Holy...
Well, I got something.
This useful thing, Clico. But I need more things to find.
Oh, great.
I can't see anything else.
Sheesh. Ladies and their damn things. More company!
No, wait, I know that ship. That's the Flying Duchess. Marie? Marie DeVent? We traded before.
Oh yeah. How's it going, bucko?
Good. More surprised to see you out here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, well, I had been coming here on scavenging trips for yonks before those loons blocked the jump gate and started processing newcomers. But it seems someone took care of them for the time being. Say, that wouldn't have been you, would it?
I won't deny it. Marie, you wouldn't have perhaps taken some components from this alien wreck on your previous trips here?
Maybe I have. Tell you what, why don't you dock over here and tell me what's going on with you?
Okay. Maddox, I need you to hang tight for a little, all right?
I am getting real tired of this scrap, Adam.
So what's all this about?
We have a colleague whose ship this was. She needs some of the parts which are missing.
Well, that's hard to believe, Adam. That wreck, wherever it's from, is old as dirt, which would make it open to common salvage law. And your friend a fossil.
I'm sure you're mistaken. I mean, okay, it's of a very strange alien race we're not sure of just yet, but... Look, we just need these parts so we can be on our way.
I don't have much. I used to come here way back when the frontier first opened up, so I got some early pickings. Some charred blocks with the semblance of some kind of old alien design. Quite useless. Here, I kept one specimen. You can see what I mean. You can have that.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. The rest I sold where I could. An Okar bootlegger took some historic interest, so I sold one to him, and I peddled another piece to G&B like it were a magic bean. Suckers. I also saw some outlaws picking over the place who took off with a significant-looking piece. I can give you their general location.
Great. Scavenger
Thanks,
hunt.
Marie. I appreciate the information.
Say nothing of it. You did me a good turn, I do you one back.
My performance and stats should see a big boost with this new ship.
It should. Hate pulse lasers. Ooh. I'll keep you, my friend. Alright. Let's just drop off some stuff. I hate that. Definitely keep. Alright. It has become my new favorite friend. But not that. Alright. Okay.
Do not neglect to factor your abilities to handle it.
Okay, Kala, can you identify this object?
Yes, Kliko. This is a good part. But there must be more.
You're saying that this thing works? It looks extremely antiquated.
Yes, it works. Together with the other pieces, that generates the energy.
Yeah. Well, I think there's really something to this. And I'm gonna track down the missing parts for Kala. Kala, I'd like you to return to base while I sort this out. Maddox, please bring Kala and Eduardo back to base. It won't take long.
More time wasting.
I said please, Maddox. Let's keep it civil.
Take care of this, and that'll get us to our next and final break.
Rosslyn, I'm sending coordinates. Our quarry has reappeared in Ceto. You mean the Dread? Proceed to our Alcyone station. Another contractor will meet you there.
Nice to talk to you too. Great catching up. Let's do lunch.
This new diversion in search of completely unknown technology cannot be guaranteed to provide satisfactory results.
Let's just take care of this one, and then we'll hit Alcyone Station.
All the same, Hive, I'm gonna follow my gut on this one.
Of course, I'll do my bit when called. Your selflessness in this vital task is vastly appreciated by all. My colleagues on Avonrest will be observing remotely, and have taken huge interest in the outcome of our undertakings.
Let's get this party started. I don't like to wait around this area too long.
I understand. Redeemers are likely to appear any moment. Here, I've dispatched the infrasound missile delivery system, called the Exorcist for short. Imogen's idea, not mine. Sweet child. Pick it up and install it on your craft without delay. Go.
This isn't likely to mess up anything on my ship, I hope.
Not at all. It will only be used for this mission. It will not affect your ship's system in any way.
Thank you for asking. I have enough experimental tech to deal with as it is, without a new factor to consider.
And once we're ready, we must find a Redeemer to, well, deprogram, for want of a better word.
Well, there's enough of them around.
When you shoot a target, it will be marked. Stick to that one target, as it will need to be bombarded several times in order for this to work.
Well,
reject me, I will see you perished. Oh dear. That didn't quite have the desired effect, did it? There must be something wrong with the calibrations. I'll adjust the frequencies. Your current ammunition will become obsolete. More of us will arrive soon. I need some time for the calibration. I hope we won't be bothered.
There goes your hope, my friend. More Redeemers are closing in.
You must keep them off me. Otherwise I won't be able to work on the Exorcist.
Already on it.
Keeping us alive. Meanwhile, I have made the necessary modifications to the wavelength balancing. Please, Adam, if you could try again with another subject.
I hope it works this time. I really don't enjoy shooting down these guys.
Why did you do that? We need that subject for the test.
Hey, I'm the one who's in immediate danger here.
Let's try this again. Hoping for more productive results this time.
I sure hope so too.
Surrender to the darkness!
No, lovely.
Oh no, this won't do. This won't do at all.
I hope there's a point to this exercise, Bernard. Starting to feel sorry for these dudes.
Me too. We'll get there eventually. We must... I need some time again. I will make haste.
You better. We already have incoming.
Refill, my boy. This time supercharged. I've made adjustments to the infrasound delivery strength.
Sounds unsafe to me. Wouldn't that eventually risk instability?
No. Well, a little. But the benefits outweigh the risks.
Well, let's see about that.
Something has happened. He has gone silent. I think we may have successfully deprogrammed a Redeemer.
He's no longer hostile, that's for sure.
There we go. Sorry for the silence.
Hello? Can you hear me?
What is this? What is happening?
Remain calm. You were possessed somehow.
Possessed? What are you talking about?
Something took over your mind. You couldn't think straight. But we just fixed that, right, Prof?
Eureka! But you shall. My head, it hurts. You shall die. I will follow my destiny.
No, I think that.
No, this can't be happening. No, we must cease. It's simply not working yet. I will continue the work on the Exorcist back on Avon Rest. Don't fret, Prof. There is hope. You're doing important work.
Yeah.
Well, we at least made some progress with these experimentations. We learned something. With continued study, I feel we should be able to cure these tortured souls one day. But not today. Look me up when you think you're close to a more accurate prototype. I'd be happy to help. I'm so sorry to waste your time. Please, take this. It could be of use to you in your travels. No, you really don't have to. No, I insist. Well, okay.
Of course.
Thanks, Prof. Say hi to Imogen for me and look out for her. She's a sweet kid.
Alright, that's taken care of. I can get back to that. Alright. Let's get the heck out of here. And so while I can go back to the safe haven, rest and relax for a bit after this boring pieces. Back at the top of the hour.
sending over the last load of parts. Don't shoot. Cargo secured. That's everything you asked for? We're good, right?
Nearly. Patel, we need more action footage from the drones. Moderately lethal, if you please. And mind the expense.
Oh, I can do lethal. Fighter squads, engage. Secondary batteries, fire at will. What? Wait! Stop! You don't need to kill anyone.
Let's get shooting, Rosalind.
Cardenas sent you?
Yeah, Rakima. They knocked out my engines.
I'll get you back in the fight.
I'm going in. I need a system reboot. Alright. Let's us and them dance. First thing, clear out some fighters.
Got it. Engaging their fighter wings. Hive, is she drinking?
So it seems.
Let's dance.
I didn't sign up to fight a damn battleship.
We fight whoever G&B says. Reread your contract.
I'm surprised to see you again. Rosalind, was it? What do you think you can do against a battleship?
You won't know until I try, Patel.
How many damn fighters do they have?
If you gotta ask, you don't want to know. They're sending drunks after us. Haugen, how many fingers am I holding up?
I'm holding up one.
Fighters, but Minokawa's own weapons are brutal. Do we have a plan for those?
We gotta take out them launchers. I got a cannon that can punch through. Need you to scan for weak bits, so... You up for it?
Just leave it to me.
You built that junk pile yourself, Haugen.
Yeah. Flies just the way I like.
Weld in the armor here. That what you need?
That'll do nicely. Alright, I'll need you over here with me. I got a Hyper-V cannon, hella range, but I gotta spin her up and aim careful. You keep the ticks off my back while I pull the shot. Lining up on the second mark.
Disabled.
Enough. Everyone jump to the fallback point.
Come on, we've got the firepower to blast this place to dust.
What would that gain us? We have sufficient footage. Execute.
That was a local jump. The interstellar drive unit we disabled in Zarkov remains offline.
Good to know.
We still need to destroy the Minokawa's second drive unit to strand them here.
Ain't no place hereabouts to fix the one you busted.
I'm glad you guys showed up. They said if we gave them what they wanted, they'd leave in peace.
What did they take?
Drone handling equipment. Launch and recovery gear, fueling links, that kind of thing.
Wait, they took your equipment? Not any of the cargo passing through?
Not one Culver crystal.
Let Cardinus figure it out. See you around, Rob.
Report.
They stopped the attack, but the hijackers stole drone handling equipment.
I see. We need to discuss something that can't go over comms. Meet me in Sito.
I have received a set of deep space coordinates for a freighter, the Azorian.
Cardinus?
The transponder identifies it as a stock G&B freighter. There are indications of signal forgery, likely undetectable to lesser AIs.
Roslin, it's me. You can attach topside.
What's so secret we can't talk about it over comms?
You've had contact with a certain bogus data collector. Surely he told you there's no such thing as a secure channel.
How did you know about him?
We stay aware of each other. Based on your report, I project the hijackers are restoring the Minokawa systems. Its hangars had been removed for scrapping.
The next time I run into it, it'll have more fighter support?
Precisely. That requires escalation on our part. I'm providing you with codes for the Minokawa's failsafe beacon. In your next encounter, I need you to infiltrate the ship and activate it.
What's a failsafe beacon?
They're installed on all colonial warships. In the event of boarding, it allows long-distance tracking and monitoring over Eterna.
I've never heard of that before.
The existence of failsafes is classified. That's why we're discussing this in person.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I need to go turn this thing on?
Normally, the ship's crew would activate the failsafe. Commander Patel prevented that when he mutinied.
Next time the Dreadnought appears, I go after the failsafe. What will Rakima and Yoon be doing?
I have contractors in every system, in case the Minokawa appears. You're the reserve I dispatch when it's spotted. Stay ready, Roslin. I'll be in touch.
Well, that's it.
that you? The one and only. Leave some baddies for me. Well, that went smoothly. No need to thank me, Adam. See you around.
I was just wondering when you'd turn up again.